1,000 feet above sea level, covering an area even greater than America's famed Yellowstone Park, lies the thermal wonderland of New Zealand. Focal point of this 3,000 square mile region of the North Island is the attractive progressive town of Rotorua, nestling comfortably by the blue waters of Lake Rotorua. Within easy reach of the cities of the north, its position in the heart of the thermal district makes it the ideal tourist centre. Surrounded by park and sports fields are the government baths, close to the celebrated blue baths. To Rotorua come health seekers from many lands. There are few spas in the world with hot mineral waters so potent and so varied in their uses. Centuries ago, Maori inhabitants of the district were taking advantage of their powers to soothe and heal. The legendary Maori lovers, Hinemoa and Tutanekai, watch over the entrance to a model pa. This fortified Maori village, constructed in the ancient manner, is at Tarawera, less than 2 miles from Rotorua. In this fantastic showground are gathered samples of more kinds of thermal activity than we've ever believed possible. What a mixture of mud and water and steam can't achieve is nobody's business. Along the banks of the Tarawera stream, the geysers and mud pools shower and splutter incessantly. Clear, cool streams like this wander absurdly on, quite unimpressed by the boiling pools just alongside them. Oil is present in small quantities and boils with the mud in some of the pools. This is truly an unforgettable region. Standing on the brink of this superheated pool, we can feel the very crust of the earth trembling and complaining beneath our feet. The intermittent spray of silica-bearing water from the Pahutu geyser has petrified the nearby trees, and for hundreds of years has been building up curious coral-like formations. Boiling mud pools like this are known as porridge pots. But this is the porridge pot proper. The locals need no stoves to do their cooking. The hot water looks after it all for them, and it costs them nothing. They call this a champagne pool, but it's just plain boiling water that they draw off through those pipes. The children in these parts must be about the cleanest in the world. They just can't keep out of that hot water. This is country dear to the Maori people. Rangi, the chief guide, finds time to do the family wash. To thousands of visitors, she's as unforgettable as Geyserland itself. From Waka, it's an easy trip to the Hooker Falls, where the Waikato River is suddenly compressed into 1/6 of its breadth and surges over the cliffs on a foaming torrent. And suddenly we find ourselves in the Wairaki Geyser Valley, the territory of the wrathful Ruomoko, god of the underworld. In this incredible place, his sulphurous breath wreathes everywhere about us. Each geyser has its name, and they've been aptly chosen. It isn't hard to guess why this one is called the Eagle's Nest. The lace-like pattern of this waterfall earned it its name, the Bridal Veil. Unlike their moody, unpredictable fellows elsewhere in the thermal district, the geysers of the Wairaki Geyser Valley play with such unfailing regularity that you can always be sure of a show. This is nature's own version of the Prince of Wales feather. At afternoon tea time, nature really lends a hand. This way is far simpler than lighting a fire, and it's several times as quick. In complete contrast to the restless geyser valley is the tranquil atmosphere of Aotearoa. This is the district for the angler. The trout flash in 100 crystal streams. Extra strong gut and a fat wet fly are needed to beat some of the super rainbow found in these waters. A cable ferry takes us across the Waikato to Oraki Karako, some 40 miles south of Rotorua. This is a district seething with thermal activity. Of the world's few thermal regions, New Zealand's is the second oldest, and the geysers here are the only ones within the British Empire. Leaving Oraki Karako, we take a last look at the bustling Waikato hurrying along its way to the sea. Our plane takes off for a flight over Lake Rotorua and the Tarawera Chasm. This is the climax to our trip. Only from the air can we gain a true impression of this colourful area. The blue and green lakes, so varied in colour and yet no more than a stone's throw apart. Lake Waimangu, a geyser once but now a lake of ever-boiling water. other trees could survive on the pumice land where the pine plantations of the Waiotapu thrive. The peaceful aspect of the land from above belies the constant turmoil going on below the earth. Looking down on the scarred hills around Lake Rotorua is like viewing a relief map of an entire uninhabited continent, an impression made stronger by the unusual color of the lake itself. Out of the clouds, and suddenly the mighty chasm of Tarawera yawns beneath. Here is nature's own memorial to that clear, moonlit winter's night in 1886, when the great volcano, for years inactive and thought to be extinct, exploded and tossed ashes high into the air, to be carried on the breezes to distant parts of the world, and to fall on the decks of ships hundreds of miles away at sea. Today, the still slopes provide the visitor with his most impressive memory of this fascinating, unworldly region, the thermal wonderland of New Zealand.